flow, and in the spot, that is why the spot editing is introduced. Okay. So for example, if you're going to shoot a scene here, you shoot it, give it the memory card to the DTT, the data transfer technician. Okay, data transfer technician will be there. So who is the data transfer technician is, once you finish the shoot or once you finish a memory card, you give the memory card to the DTT. So the data transfer technician will take the card, put it inside his laptop. He will copy all the files to a cloud-based secured place. So all the files that you have recorded, all the files you have recorded from the morning in terms of camera, everything, it will be sent to the cloud. And after that, the access from the cloud will be given only to people who is having the access to it. The access is given by the producer of the company, who is the owner of the footages. Okay, so you have two things. One is safety. Number two, there is no risk of hard disk getting crashed because it's going to be safe in the cloud. So this is the work of a data transfer technician in the spot. Once the data transfer technician gets all the footages, he will immediately give access to the online editor who is present in the set. The online editor will look at all the shots, edit it, show it to you. If you're okay with it, then you can move on to the next scene. If you're not okay with it, you can just, for example, you wanted a shot to be, it's not nice kind of a thing, and you can shoot it again immediately, so that there is no time taken in the later stages to come back and shoot or something like that. Okay, that is the work of a spot editor. So the DTT and the spot editor work closely. Then, in the crew, the next thing you should be knowing is the most important thing. I told you about there is someone called Clapper who's the last assistant, the Clapper and the edit report writer. No? So he will be or she will be ready with the clapboard. Okay. So everything is set. The actors are there. Art department keeps the art department, costume department keeps the costume, the property department keeps the property. The time actors are ready with the lines, lights are set by the camera department. Everything is fine. Now what you should do is the director's call. How do you call? So number one, generally people tell silence to make everyone calm. Silence. When you say silence, it means that everyone knows that the take is going to happen. So when they say silence, everyone will be silent. You should start the call saying sound roll is the first call. Sound roll. When you say sound roll, what happens is the person with the boom mic who's holding the mic above the head of the actor or below the head of the actor, whatever it is, no, they'll be hiding it away from the frame and hold it. When you say sound roll, the boom operator won't have any control in him. There will be a loop, and it will be with the sound recordist who will be having the recording machine with him or her. So the sound recordist, when you say sound roll, will click on it and say rolling. So the boom operator will be ready, rolling. Once sound starts rolling, the second command comes in, which is camera roll. When you say camera roll, cameraman or camera woman, the cinematographer clicks on the camera and it's like camera is rolling. So sound roll, rolling, camera roll, rolling. The next thing is, what is the next thing? Anyone, you can switch on the video and speak. Yeah, and what is the next thing? Yeah, tell me.
Action.
Action. No, before action.
Action.
No. Yeah. So before that, what happens?
Should be
Camera rolling.
No. Now,
Is it light?
the clapboard will come. No, lights are old thing. No,
Yeah.
there is no light. No, clapboard will come. So
Camera rolling.
No, sound roll,
Clapboard.
camera roll, rolling. Then the clapboard will come in. You would have all seen what a clapboard looks
Yeah.
like. Clapboard will come in. And the clapboard will come in. What will be in the clapboard is the question. The clapboard will have scene number, shot number, take number, and it will also have the small what is in the scene. No, for example, A is speaking to B. It's whatever it is, you can write it little. So scene number, shot number, take number. So this will be the thing in the clapboard. So if you are going to take the, for example, you are going to take the low angle shot of, I'll show you here. See, if you are going to take wide shot, or we'll take, medium wide shot, low angle, Anu is waiting. So this is the fifth shot in the shot division. Fifth shot. Scene number is 1, which is this is the beach scene. We spoke about the film affair, no? So first scene, fifth shot is what we are going to take. First scene and fifth shot. So what you say in that clapboard is scene number 1, shot number 5, and take 1. The clapper tells that, claps it and leaves away from the spot. After leaving away, you call for action. So camera sound roll, rolling, camera roll, rolling, clap in, clap out, then action. Then after the action starts, the director, only you have the right to tell cut. No one else should tell cut. Of course, there are 1 or 2 exceptions to that, but you should only tell the cut. Once the cut is over, now what will the clapper do is the most important thing. What the clapper will do is, the clapper will have something called the edit report. So what is the edit report is? An edit report is a report which is also called the log sheet, edit log, where you will have scene number, it's a report, scene number, shot number, take number, clip number, and remarks. Then after that, short description a little bit in the end. So scene number, shot number, take number, and then you will have clip number, remarks, and in the end you will have description of the shot. So what happens now is, if you're okay with the take, you're going to finish the take. The shot is completed, tick mark. If you're not okay with the take, you're going to repeat the take again. Same thing. Scene number 1, shot number 5, take number 2. That is the only change. Then take number 3, take number 4. How much ever takes you want, you can go to. Okay, that is about the thing. Now the edit report, it should be transferred. So scene number 1, shot number 5, take number 1. Clip number, what is the clip number? Clip number is, when you switch on the camera will have a clip number in the camera. For example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This will be the clip number of the first shot. So when you write it, along with that, you should write the clip number also of the camera, which comes in the monitor. Okay. So you should write it, and then you should go to the remark. Remark is, if you tell the shot is good, the clapper will put it as a okay take. If you feel that it is a bad shot, then you will put it as NG. NG is not good. NG takes. So they will put N, full stop, G, NG, NG take. Description, you know about the scene. Anu and Sharma meeting, Anu is kissing Sharma, Sharma is taking the phone. Whatever description, you can write it. So this report is the core for the post-production. Okay, edit report. Once this is over, the most important thing that the director should be knowing is the mise-en-scène. So what is mise-en-scène? Yeah, hi Lakshita, tell me.
I just have one question. So who makes the edit report? Essentially the director itself or the managing crew?
No, the assistant director will be doing it.
Oh, right, okay.
Whoever is clapping, the assistant director will be doing the edit report. So he or she should prepare the edit report and keep it with them. Yeah.
All right.
Great. So same way, sound team will have their own report. Camera team will have their own report. Everyone have their own report actually. Okay, great. Hi Rashindra.
Praveen, do this clip number and all will go to cloud?
Will go to?
Cloud.
No. Clip number won't go. Only the shot will go. Yeah. You mean the shot with the clip number? Yeah, the shot
See,
will go.
that good clips, bad clips and all.
Yeah,
so somebody will be catching up in the editing room, right?
Yeah.
So
everything will be in the cloud, because what happens is, today you shoot in this room. Tomorrow, if you wanted to see what was the close-up you took for Praveen, I just wanted to see the frame. Then what you should do is, you should go to the edit report and see close-up of Praveen, where is it? If the clip number is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you call the DTT guy who is having the cloud-based thing and tell him or her to show the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 clip number. He or she will show it to you. So that's how it works.
yeah, thanks.
Thank you. Now comes mise-en-scène. Okay, mise-en-scène is, see, this is the highest of, not highest, I shouldn't say highest. This is one of the crucial things for a director to have a hold in the craft that he or she is doing. Okay, so what is mise-en-scène? It is, first of all, it's a French thing. It's not a mise-en-scene, it is a mise-en-scène. Okay. So, mise-en-scène is, without telling anything about the film, anything about the story, without using any music, without using anything, you should be able to tell a story or an emotion to the audience using setting, Setting is the world. Lighting is the lighting of the camera. Properties is the properties you use on the set. Actors is the positioning of the actor. How do you want to position the actor? Number 5 is the costume. The color of the costume, the texture of the costume, everything. So with these 5 things, you should be able to tell a story in one single shot or emotion in one single shot. How does it work? I'll tell you. See, before I get into this properly, I'll just come to this, divert it and come to this. Okay. Now the thing is, yeah, you can mute yourself. I don't know who's okay. Now what happens is, Sriram will come to you. I mean, I think someone's thing is switched on. I think so. Some sound is yeah. So what happens is, when you take a color, every color will have a psychology. Okay? It has a psychology to be followed. See, for example, if you take red, see it is blurry here. In the resources, it won't be blurry. Okay, don't worry. So it is red color here. So red color will stand for love, passion, violence, danger, anger, and power. The same way, every color will have certain emotion. Okay? So keeping this color as 1, 2. Number 2, keeping the lighting as another tool. So what is the lighting? See, for example, these colors will come under costumes and props. Generally, it will come under the costume and prop. How does the color work out? See, I'm going to show you a scene, 5-minute scene, so that you will understand it very properly, but get into the mood of that so that you will understand it better. When I'm sitting, see, for example, if that's a person, I'll give you an example, okay? If there is a boy and a girl gets married, the girl is taken to the boy goes to meet the girl's family. The girl's family doesn't like the boy at all because it was like kind of a marriage which they didn't approve of. Now this character goes there, spends some time with them for 5 days. In the end of the 5th day, the character gets blended with the family. This is what your next 3 or 4 scenes is all about. Now, what happens in the psychological level is, I'm just throwing some ideas. See, if there's a home completely with white walls, okay, this comes under the setting, okay, the world, white color walls, okay, and you are wearing a costume which is black color, okay, or dark color, which is not blending with the white, which is like very dark and contradicting the white. Now, if all the characters are wearing kind of a very white, complementary to white color of a tone, and you are wearing something very away from that, contradicting the color in terms of costume, what happens is, it will be very evident in a very psychological level, a subconscious level, that you are not blended with the family yet. You are away, they are away. Slowly, as days goes by, we change the color of the costume from dark to a little lighter grayish tone. Then in the end of the 5th day, when he gets blended with the family, you use the same white color or that complementary color to the white, which is the background color. Now what happens is, this will psychologically make the people audience register that the character is blended towards the family. So this is about the colors you use in cinema. Same way, lighting. This is called high key lighting or even lighting. In an even lighting or high key lighting, what happens is, there won't be any shadow, number 1. It will be evenly lit, number 2. Number 3, what happens is, there won't be any, it will be very pleasant. More than danger, more than secretive, more than intimate, it will be very pleasant. You can see most of the ads will be in this tone. Very pleasant, very neat, very even. Because you don't have any dark things, shadow things to make your psychology get into a different zone. Nothing. It is evenly lit. Now, same way, if there is a lighting like this, which is a low-key lighting. Low-key lighting, you have shadows, you have contrast, you have saturation, you have contrast, you have duality of colors. You can see white and black playing around. Here, you feel a sense of danger, you feel a sense of intimacy, you feel a sense of secrecy in this kind of lighting. For example, if I ask you, if you wanted to take your loved one out for having food with your loved one, do you want to go out for a romantic lunch or romantic dinner? Everyone will be telling romantic dinner. Why? Because when dinner, the lights are lesser, there will be some candle lights here and there. It's a low-key lighting, not evenly lit. This gives a sense of intimacy in the terms of lighting. So this can be used for you. With all these elements, I'm going to show you something. See, this is a film called Shawshank Redemption, purpose of the film. In mise-en-scene actors, I'm going to ask you a question. There are two people sitting. One person with cap and another person without a cap. Now the question is, who is in power now? Who is in power? Who is powerful here? Whether it is the cap guy or the guy without the cap.
The cap guy.
The person who is wearing the cap.
Great. The person who is wearing the black cap. Great. Because if you haven't known the story, how can you answer this? Because he's slightly elevated from the other guy, from the capless guy. No, he's slightly elevated. He's looking down at him and speaking something, and he's listening to him. Suddenly, subconsciously, your mind is telling he's powerful. Actually, he's powerful. Actually. Now the thing is, this is what a director should do, to subconsciously bring the audience towards the screen without telling too much of things. That is what the mise-en-scene's primary objective is. Same way, low angle shot, background and him a blending, costume is blending. The makeup, it comes under costume actually, costumes and makeup. The makeup is very menacing. When you see it, it is not very friendly. You feel little freaked out, you feel little weird, you are not friendly with the character. You feel a sense of danger within the character. Of course, Joker is very common, so it consciously know it. But even if you are not known Joker, you can answer this because the way makeup is there, the colors are there. Think about the same Joker, okay? Evenly lit around. Even lit around. The Joker is wearing a very nice suit. The color is contradicting to the background and is standing with hair not messed up like this. If you just take out all the things that is added on the screen, you won't find that in the shot. So all these things are done to make him feel like the way it is felt. Okay. Now the third thing, see this, consciously, subconsciously, our eyes will directly go to the blue color shirt guy or the blue color cap guy. Why? Because the guy is wearing a shirt which is contradicting the background color and contradicting the girl's dress. So he's highlighted there. So without telling anything to us, with the use of costumes mise-en-scene, the director had made us look at to him. So this is mise-en-scene. Okay. So to mise-en-scene, little more like understand it better, I'm going to show you a small scene from a film called Bahubali. Okay. I think everyone will watch this film, so there's no need of any explanation. And I used Bahubali because Citizen Kane is a film which is like critically acclaimed and cult film, classic film. What about commercial films or you see mainstream films where people are go in masses to watch the film? Even in that film, if the film is working, it would have got a great mise-en-scene, staging, blocking, everything should be there. Only then it works. Or else, great stories will become nothing when you see visual. Okay. So this is the opening of a scene. Now look at it. See, all the aesthetics I have taught you, this is the last aesthetics I'm going to teach you today. So whatever I have taught you till now, whatever we have discussed till now, we'll see everything in this discussion. Okay. See. This is tilt down, exterior, Magilmati Palace, day. Tilt down. Extreme wide shot. You can see Anushka is coming in a car and getting down. Okay. Now, this is the second shot. Now, when you see it, can you sense anything? The question. See, why? Wait a second. Okay. When you see this frame, second shot of the scene, first shot Anushka is introduced. The second shot, this person is introduced. We can keep him as the minister. Okay, minister is introduced. Our eyes will directly go to him. Okay, because there are a lot of things layering to it. Number one, the foreground of the shot is filled with heads of women, which is not in focus 100%. It is kind of blurry and not very in focus. And it is not arranged in a way to differentiate each and every one. It is just put it in a lot. Now what happens is, now our eyes will skip that actually, subconsciously. Our eyes will skip them because there's no detailing here. Our eyes will definitely cross it, number one. Number two, there are 4 security guards behind this minister. Our eyes will skip them. Why?
Because of costume.
Costume, great. Their costume is blending with the background wall. Now our eyes will reject them too. Then this guy is wearing a dress color, mise-en-scène costume. He is wearing a dress color which is contradicting the setting, background color. Now what happens? He is highlighted. 4, he is standing in the center of the frame in an elevated position. So our eyes will ignore everyone and see him, ignore everyone in the sense, not like this. Our eyes will consciously go there immediately. Everyone else will be in the side of your eyes. He will be in the center of the eye. So this is what the director should be doing to consciously grab the audience inside your screen. So Anushka is introduced, Minister is introduced, 2 shots. Number 3. Now this is shot number 3. Anushka is trying to get up in the stairs. She is crossed, mise-en-scène crossed 2 swords, not sword, a rod, we can keep it as a rod. Rods are kept, sword rods, whatever it is kept. And she is blocked. Now we feel she is actually powerless here. She is actually feels like she is jailed. She doesn't have any power. Now this props and making the prop stand like this will give you the sense of being jailed. Okay. Subconsciously we know that she is not in power. Next. Sorry. This is the exact thing what I told you now. That's, you can all switch on your video, okay? Only then I know you that you are in the call and we can have a conversation now. Great. So now this is very evident that Anushka is not in power and he is in power because he is in the top and Anushka is in the lower ground. It is a very obvious shot to make us understand that Anushka is not in power and the minister is in power. Okay, now see. Now the shots will be repeating. Same jail shot.
மேற்கு வாசல் வழி செல்லுங்கள்.
நீங்கள் செல்லுங்கள், பரவாயில்லை, முன் செல்லுங்கள்.
Low angle shot. She's trying to get up to the stairs. Now you see him. Now see, this is a close-up shot. You see his hand. Top angle till then.
வேகமாக நகருங்கள். பின்னால் பெரிய கூட்டம் இருக்கிறது.
This is a shot. Close up. Tilt up.
அடுத்தது நீ.
Close up. See, I'm going to repeat it again. This thing. See, I'm going to keep it on mute now. See the pacing of this few shots at the end. See, pacing is cutting. See, cut, 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 cut. So the last 3 cuts while she is cutting, it is faster paced because you wanted the audience to feel the suddenness in it. It is just happened sudden. To make that suddenness to happen, you should have some breather before that. If it is like tuck, 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 it won't work. If someone said something like
Yeah, we should cut the shots again and again to make it fast, right? Like
no.
things happening very fast.
Yeah.
The angle should be changed.
Yeah. See, I'll repeat it. See, cut, 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 cut. So there's 3 cuts, 3 angles you have. Don't length the shot. That is the thing. If the shot is taken for 4 seconds, you are going to cut it down for 1 second or 2 seconds. Just chop it off. That's it. So tuck, 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 it will go. So what happens is it will create a sense of suddenness there. To create that sense of suddenness, before that sense of suddenness, you give a breather where the shot doesn't go that speed. You slow it down.
Before the storm.
Yeah, great, exactly. There's a calm before the storm kind of a thing. Okay, so that's how it works. Now see. Now we cut to the next shot inside. Long shot. Now see, this is the establishing shot where you have a pan shot, left to right. Now see, I'll tell you, left to right. See, previously it was tilt down because it had tall buildings. Now establishing is span, because here tall, you are not going to show the tallness. It is actually tall. You can even have a tilt down here. It is not a very small space. You have tall. You can see human beings very tiny here. But it is better to use span because it is width is more important than the height. It is better to tell the width, how big the court is, kind of a thing, how big the palace is. See, that's the span shot. So everyone is introduced. Rana is in the end. King is in the end. See. Now this shot. You are introducing the king. Okay. There are two lions in front of the king, and there is he's sitting in a majestic chair. Now the shot is in the side. There's no kingliness in it. There's no word kingliness. So that's what I'm saying. There's no king kind of thing here. Okay. Now see, I'll just repeat it again. Not repeating it.
எந்த விசாரணையும் இல்லாம
See, she's looking somewhere.
என் கைகளில்
Looks
சங்கிலி
at the hand. Looks at the king.
நான் தான் குற்றவாளி
Turns
என
around.
ஏற்கனவே முடிவெடுத்து விட்டீர்கள். இது என்ன நியாயம்?
This instruction you should only give as a director. Look at it straight to you. Look at the chains. Look at the king. Turn around and finish the dialogue. This is your choreography. Okay. Now, next comes the shot again in a little wider angle. But still, the king is not the king. What is the best shot to show Rana sitting amidst two lions with a throne behind him? What is the best shot do you think to show he's a king?
Front on shot from
Yeah, low angle, frontal.
low angle.
Low angle, frontal shows him majestic, and the two lions in front of him will be a proper shot for the king. But director never did it. Why? Either two things can happen. I'm being very harsh with the words, but don't take it that way. I'm telling harshly so that it will be in the brain. See, either he should be an idiot or he should be doing it for a purpose. Only two things. Okay. Idiot, I said it just to make you understand. You can keep it as ignorant. Okay, ignorant. Okay, change the word. Either the director should be ignorant or the director is doing it for a purpose. Okay. The director is Rajamouli, so we'll see what happens. See.
அது மகிழ்மதியின் விதிமுறை. உன்மேல் தவறில்லை என்று நிரூபிக்கும் வரை நீ குற்றவாளி.
காட்டுமிராண்டி
She's trying to come up from the power. She's trying to come to the power. See.
கூட்டம் கூட இப்படி ஒரு சட்டத்தை தீட்டாது. உங்கள் சாசனங்களை நெருப்பில் எரியுங்கள். உங்கள் சட்டங்களை கடலில்
She's trying to climb up the stairs for the power. She's dragging the chain.
எரியுங்கள்.
See.
மதிக்கெட்ட
Still, she's in the top, down first. She's in the top.
இந்த அரசுக்கு
This is the
மகிழ்மதி
reality.
என்ற பெயர் வேறு. தேவ
This is the first shot
சேனா
where you see Rajamata in this properly. This is not a close-up shot. This is a choker shot. Close-up is you will have a headroom. This is not, you don't have a headroom here. This is choker. Now what happens is, when you have a choker like this is not important. This is very important. Okay. Why? Because in the whole film, we understand that Rajamata's word is a command. If she tells something, that is going to be the rule there, law there. So
She's the ultimate authority.
Ultimate authority, yeah. So her words mean so much. So when she tells, she won't speak much. But whenever she speaks, it is going to mean. So it is a choker shot, double highlighting what she tells.
மாபெரும் புகழ் பெற்ற இந்த சாம்ராஜ்யத்தை பற்றி இன்னொரு வார்த்தை தப்பாக பேசினால்
வானை முட்டும் கோட்டைகளில் மலையென நிற்கும் சிற்பங்களில் அளப்பது
She's trying
புகழ்
to
அல்ல.
walk.
பறந்து விரிந்த மரங்களில் அளப்பதே புகழ். இங்கே அப்படி மனங்களும் இல்லை, புகழும் இல்லை. வெட்கம்.
கேட்டீர்களா மகாராஜா?
Another person is trying to climb up and tell us.
உங்கள் முன்னாலேயே இப்படி பச்சையாக எடுத்து பேசுகிறார் என்றால் நீங்கள் இல்லாத போது எப்படியெல்லாம் பேசியிருப்பார் என்று யோசியுங்கள் மகாராஜா.
See, this is the shot we were speaking about. The proper king shot. When did he use it? The director. We should figure out whether he's ignorant or he's very master in this thing. See, this guy is coming and telling something which is useless. In the sense, not in that way. What I'm trying to tell is, it is not very important. He's just repeating. What he tells is,
வெட்கம்.
கேட்டீர்களா மகாராஜா?
he tells, see this girl, she was in front of you. If she is this, what you say, arrogant, think of how she would have behaved when you are not here. This is the dialogue he's telling, which is not a very, very important dialogue, but he's telling it, okay. Then
உங்கள் முன்னாலேயே இப்படி பச்சையாக எடுத்து பேசுகிறார் என்றால் நீங்கள் இல்லாத போது
he is coming, the cousin of Anushka. He is also not a great player here. He's not a key player in the whole scene or the whole film as a whole. He comes in.
எப்படியெல்லாம் பேசியிருப்பார் என்று யோசியுங்கள் மகாராஜா.
Same information repeated. An actor is introduced, but the actor is not a great not a key player in the film. Then why did he show this?
So I have one thing to say. Basically, it is possible that for the character, Anushka's character, she does not believe that he's the true king of the kingdom.
Yeah.
For this guy, he is the king. You use the word king at that time, and you're showing that for him, he is the ultimate authority. But Anushka treats him at the same level. That's why the other end.
Great. It is also one perspective. So the most important thing is, see, that's a good observation. See, the audience is seeing him like a king for the first time in this scene. King. Now, the next shot is very important. Okay, it is not the shot before this. This is actually the shot after this. When you show the king, see the next shot. So this is the most important thing. The real king arrives. So this is the thing which is psychologically a goosebump thing. Okay, you create that and you come here. Now see this. Now when you see mise-en-scène costumes, he is wearing a costume which is contradicting the background here. Maroon color and somewhat greenish, I don't know what color it is, but it is very dark and contradicting the background. He is highlighted, number one. Number two, costume. Costume is flying in the wind, which is impossible inside a court, because if there is so much of wind inside the court, all the fire should have been extinguished as of now, which is logically not possible. But see, the director, see, this is the most important thing, okay? A director, this will definitely will remember what I'm trying to tell you when you shoot, okay? Definitely my face will come to you. The director is shooting. A director is calling for a blower, like a fan, it's a blower. Take the blower, keep it below the camera, put it on the top, it should go up, Prabha should enter, and it should go to the shawl and it should fly. This much of effort is gone. I'm not saying it is a big task, but someone thinking about it, bringing it up for a normal shot to keep it down and fly it up now. That one thing extra, no, which is not a very big deal for a film like Bahubali, but doing that makes him what he, or make the film what it is. That small extra edge you take, one step extra you take, that will create a rhythm in the audience mind that makes the film more aesthetically pleasing and understanding. So it flies around. Now see, this is the shot where you have seen the court. The court is flat, ground floor. These people see how they look at Prabhas, logically wrong. As if they are sitting in the ground floor and Bahubali is coming in the first floor. No, they are all in this equal floor. This is the ground floor. Why did he look up? Simple calculation. To keep the camera like this, he has gone to the top and kept it like this. This is a simple, one small step he had done, which is logically wrong. The director is not an ignorant guy to just give it up, but he made it consciously because logic is secondary to the director. For this film, I'm not saying it is right or wrong. For this film, for this mainstream film, what he thought is, I'll keep the camera on the top until down so that when the audience look at it, he should look up at the king, the Prabhas. They shouldn't look at this way. So this is what the intention behind this shot. They're looking up to him. Close up to him, charge him. Because we told about cushion shot. Psychologically, what Rana is going, I mean the king, the Rana is going to think is what is the perspective of the Bahubali coming in. It is not the audience perspective. He should be thinking, because he is going to take revenge in the later stage, So you are putting a seed here. If you don't show Rana, if you have not got the shot here, the next shot won't work. It will be just a goosebump scene, that's it. People will be clapping their hands. But psychologically, when you watch this scene, people will be clapping the hands here for Prabhas entering and stuff like that. But if you don't have this shot, that too a cushion shot, you won't know that it is in his mind what he's seeing. This is actually Rana seeing him like a king, which he doesn't like. So this is the perspective of Rana, not the perspective of the audience or anyone around. Now see. Sorry, I forgot to tell. Mise-en-scène prop, fire. Fire is used to accentuate his heroism. The FPS I spoke about, it might be some 48 frames or 96, I'm not very sure. It might be 48, if I'm not wrong. 48 frames. The frame rate we spoke in the beginning of the class. Now, the one line for this thing is, Bahubali is angry. How do you show it in the scene? I mean, how do you show it in the shot? Angry, he can shout, he can come and shout, I'll kill everyone if someone touches my lady. Great. Understood. That is not done. With the shot, what did he do? With the mise-en-scène, what did he do? See the way he uses the floor, okay?
என்ன நடந்தது நீ சொல் சேதுபதி. கோவில் முழுவதும் பக்தர்கள் கூடியிருந்தனர். அப்போது தேவசேனை அவர்களும் நுழைய வந்தார். அது நீங்கள் வரும் வேளை என்பதால் நான் அவரை
It gives you a feel he's going to kill you anytime. Be quiet. So this kind of a feel you get. And the most important thing is, before this, you have got a shot like this. Why the director chose both of them and not just Bahubali? Because Anushka's emotion is not very important here. What Bahubali thinks matters. But this shows you subconsciously that it will definitely subconsciously make you register that they both are a team. Bahubali and Anushka is a team, and Bahubali is looking at Anushka this way. This will psychologically get into our head without any effort from our mind. So now, when you get it, he walks around. Just quickly sign for us.
அப்போது அவர்களின் மேலே கைகளை வைத்து தடவினான்.
Now see the background. This is a very important shot. OTS of Bahubali. Then counter OTS will be the left of Anushka here, somewhere here. You can see the cursor of mine. Counter angle, counter OTS. See the background of Anushka. It is not very. You don't need it. It's just two girls standing. We don't know who the girls are. But see the next thing.
என் மீது கூட கை வைக்க பார்த்தான். விரல்களை வெட்டிவிட்டேன்.
நீ செய்தது தவறு.
You can see the guy.
பெண்களின் மேல் கை வைத்தால்
You can see the guy behind. This guy, this green turban minister behind. He'll be seen from the beginning of the scene. See, he'll be seen in this scene.
தேவசேனா
கோவிலில் பெண்கள்.
He'll be seen there. Number one. He'll be seen now while they are speaking. Then he'll be seen in the next shot while they're in the background. Cut. I'll repeat it. See, now what happens is, think of this. If at all you have not kept that minister behind Bahubali, what would have happened? What would have happened is, the shot will become very clumsy because you won't know, when he just turns back and cuts, you won't know who was standing behind him. You will get a jerk for a second. Whom did he kill? Only when you see him properly, you will understand, okay, he had killed the minister. Or else there's 1 second of confusion you will get, whom he killed. If it's not in the background, how to rectify it is, you can have something like, before cutting the head, you can go to a shot of minister where he is saying, I didn't do it, and you can cut to Bahubali. But audience will be ready for it. The audience will be ready that when you're showing that minister shot alone, audience will be ready that something is going to happen. So to avoid all these things, just when you keep it behind Bahubali, everything matters. There's no problem at all. You know the geography, you know he's standing back, and it is not very evident that something is going to happen to him because he's blurred out. Suddenly when he turns around and kills him or slaughters his head, it will become sudden and you won't be expecting that. So this is kind of the rhythm. What I'm trying to tell you is, filmmaking is so fun, but this extra effort if you put into, it will become a beautiful piece of work. People might not see Bahubali the way we see. Actually, they might see it as a very mainstream film, as a commercial film, and they might cross away. I'm not speaking for Bahubali, I'm speaking for all the good commercial films. Why I'm saying even is, classic films is easy to bring art into it because the story will demand it, the actors will be kind of that, and it's very not easy. Comparatively, it is very tempting to keep those aesthetics. But in a commercial film, when you keep this aesthetic right, only then it will work, or else it won't work. I'm very sure about it. Why good commercial film with a great story doesn't work? Because there won't be aesthetics like this. This is subconsciously hitting us. This is what you should see. This is what you should get from the story. So that's what the whole thing about viewing the cinema and the way we have thought it. Okay. Now we have less time, so I'll just go on and go to the session. So next the post-production comes in. Okay. You can be a little relaxed now. Just understand it. Anyway, you will have a post-production coordinator to take care of the process. You should be present everywhere and give your suggestions and give your final verdict. But it is a process which is done by a post-production supervisor. But what are the things happen? Understand this. Number one. After the edit report is over, the edit report is given to the editing department, and the editing department will take the edit report and download all the OK takes and make a rough cut. In the rough cut, it will be in timeline, which is not a great piece of work because they would have just filled in with the OK takes. Now, the editor will come and sit with the assistant editor who did the rough cut, and the editor and the assistant editor will work on the first cut. Once the first cut is over, they will call you to view it. So this is the first time you are going to watch the film in a proper timeline way. You watch the film and you tell them what you like, what you don't like, give your suggestions and leave. Some people sit with them and do it, it's up to you. And the second cut happens. Then the third cut happens. Then the fourth cut happens. You can go to n number of cuts, depending on the production, depending on the time, it's up to you. But until you get satisfied, you can go. But until you finish your final cut, the other department is not going to wait for you. So what happens is, when you are kind of confident, okay, this is kind of the film, this is kind of logged, but there will be small tweaks here and there. At that point of time itself, the editing will be given to, the edited videos will be given to the next team. How will you give them? First thing, when you have a film, which is kind of 3 hours duration, and in the end of the day, you are going to cut it, chop it down to 2.5 hours. That is different. But the 3 hours duration film is going to chop down into 12 pieces, 15 minutes each, more or less. Okay, it will be 20 minutes for some people, 17 minutes for some people. We'll keep it as 15. So 15 minutes each. The 3-hour film is chopped down into 12 pieces. 12 pieces. The pieces is called reels. Okay, so 15 minutes each into 12 reels is equal to one film. 3 hours. If it is 4 hours, it is going to be 16. It's up to you. So these reels are going to be given to each department. For example, sound department. You have 3 things. So for Foley department, you are going to give 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, assuming 1, 2, 3, 4 reels for Foley department. What is Foley? Foley is all the sound that come in the film is going to be done by the Foley. For example, I'm going to drink and keep it like this in the film. This shot is Foley. What will the Foley team do is, they'll take a water bottle like this, put it in a wooden table and record it and put it in the film. This is Foley. So same way, the walking, when you slap someone, when you breathe, when there's a rustle in the watch like this, everything is going to be done by the sound department in the Foley team. So this Foley team will be taking care of the first 4. And see, when I say first 4 and all, no, it is not like, it should be like this. I'm just saying you for accessibility. First 4 is given to Foley. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8 is given to the dubbing. What does the dubbing do? They will take all the whole film, they'll play. They will see the pilot track. Pilot track is the track which is used to record the dialogue. All the dialogues will be thrown. If I'm going to record dub today, I'll go, they'll put my, what are you doing? I'll hear it in the pilot. What are you doing? I'll just repeat it here. What are you doing? So that it will get recorded. Now with the proper miking and proper ambient soundproof, they'll record it. So this is dubbing. So 5, 6, 7, 8 will be doing the dubbing. 9, 10, 11, 12 will be the music. Music is the background music of the film, no? Like, it will be done by the music composer. The Foley team will be doing the 4 reels, dubbing team will be doing another 4 reels, and the music department will be doing the other 4 reels. And they'll be intersecting with each other and the film will be finalized. After that, once they have logged it, these departments, it will go to the sound mixer. So what does the sound mixing guy do is, or a sound mixing guy or girl, whatever it is, no, sound mixer, they'll have 3 layers. Number 1 layer, the Foley sound, the ambient sound, number 1. Number 2, they will have the dubbing sound. That is the timeline for dubbing. All the things spoken. Number 3, music will be there. So ambient sound, dubbing sound, music. 3 tracks will be with them. Now the question is, how are they going to mix it? For example, when Bahubali is walking in front of the fire, you don't hear the whistles of the fire, you don't hear the wind, you don't hear people murmuring, you don't hear anything. You just heard the background music. So background music frequency is higher, other two 0. When Anushka is pulling off the chain and speaking, dialogue is number 1, rustle of the chain is number 2, ambience is number 3. There's no music there actually. So this way, sound mixer will do the work up and down to see the film the way we wanted to see it. The way the director wanted the audience to view it, the sound mixer will work in playing around with the sound and bringing the proper sound outside. This is the work of sound mixer. After this, you have someone called color correction guy. People tell him as DI. People tell it is DI, but actually it's color grading or color correction. Okay. So color correction is two ways you can do it. Number one, two things you can do. Number one, if I'm wearing a green color shirt, in color correction you can enhance this green. You can lower the green. They can play around with this color. They can play around with this black color. They can play around with my skin tones to an extent. This is what color correction does. Number one. The rule is, if you don't have, I can play around with any color you give, but I can't create a new color. That's the rule of color correction. You can create a new color. With the color you can do it. You would have taken your photos in your mobile phones, no? That mobile phones will have a particular, we take a photo, saturation, contrast, brightness, hue. This is the extended version or a upgraded version of that in a professional way. They'll play around with the color. Other thing what they do is create tonality to the film. For example, you take the film Affair. The people are sitting, the girl is waiting at 5 o'clock, 5:15 the guy comes, 5:25 they fight and leave. So it is 5 hours to 5:25. The 25 minutes is the duration of the film. Duration of the time in the film. But this 25 minutes is cut down to 2 minutes in the film. Just 2 minutes. This 2 minutes is taken for 1 day. Think about the sun. It will be moving around. Not moving around, sorry. It will be moving. So this sun will create a different color. Not color, different lighting. In color correction, you can even the tone. So that it will feel you are consistent throughout. Or else there will be light jump. Okay, this is about the color correction. Next, you have title graphics, which is very evident. Title graphics is the title for your films. You should sit with a graphic designer. The graphic designer will draw the sketches of your whatever you expect. They will give the sketches of it. When you approve it, they will color it. When that is approved, they will finalize, compose it, and taken out. This is the graphics of the film. This will be given to the editor, and the editor will fix it in the beginning of the film and the end of the film wherever you need it. That is the work of title graphics. Final thing for today is censor script. Censor script is once your film is over, when it is logged, there will be a censor script writer who will come and sit down and write the entire shots of the film. If there is going to be 2000 shots in your film, the 2000 shots are going to be written down by the a censor script writer. What does the shot indicate? What does the shot tell? What is the music in it? What are the words used in it? If there's a word in the t-shirt, if there's a word in the background, everything will be written. And music, if there is any vocals, it will be written. Everything will be written shot by shot. It's a big task actually. It will be done by the script writer, censor script writer. After that, your film, censor script, your original script. All the three things will be sent to the censor script department. That is Central Board of Film Certification, CBFC. Once they get it, they'll watch the film. If they find anything not right, they'll tell you to change it. If they find it okay, they'll permit you to telecast it anywhere you want it or broadcast it. Telecast or premiere it anywhere you want it. So this is the work of a censor script. Once this is over, that's it. The film is done. Okay. So I think Hiresh is there. So what I'm trying to tell is, I'll come to your question and answers. I don't know whether Hiresh has come, but before that, I'll just sum it up a little. Okay, I'll just sum it up a little. See, my intention for today, I'll tell you the intention for myself for today. So the thing is, after today, if you switch on a video and watch a film, if you have changed and refined as a viewer, I tell you what happens then. If you are refined as a viewer, your taste will get increased. Okay, you might be 99 also before this class, maybe you are 100 now. That's what I'm not saying you're coming from 20 to 60 now. Like you might be better than us before 2 hours now. If you can watch a film with this perspective, whatever we have learned in the basics, if you could see it from this perspective, subconsciously our taste of cinema will get increased. Because I don't think, I'm not very sure, but I don't think most of the people here wouldn't have seen Bahubali the way we have seen today. So tomorrow there is no hope for you. You should see the films like this because your mind won't leave you to see the film the normal way people see. Your mind will always itch you to see it this way. So what happens is, this will constantly happen within you and you will become refined as an audience, which will in turn become an aesthetical view towards cinema.